Be ready. 15 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Mr. Deputy Chairman, as my honorable friend Sri Nair said just now that this bill is a good one so far as it goes, and I may add that actually what we have been demanding for a long time by way of such changes in the Act has been embodied in it now. At the end of the year 1983, we did discuss in this House certain amendments to the Employees Provident Fund Act, and at that time, I had insisted that plantations should be included in the schedule of the industries which come within this measure. Now, at last, this has been done, and now the scope of the Act can be extended by the government to establishments or industries which are not strictly speaking factory industries. So, I welcome this measure, but it has come very late. Though it has come very late, I do not say that this measure will not benefit the workers. It will no doubt benefit workers, but as my honorable friend has rightly pointed out, the pace at which progress has been made in this direction has been very slow. The manner of implementation also has been very slow, and unless those factors are taken into consideration, the good that will come out of this measure for the workers will not be very effective. As regards plantations, again after 1953, a long time has elapsed, and then in the last Industrial Committee on Plantations, it was agreed that this measure will be extended to the plantations. A large number of workers, nearly a million or more, who are employed in the plantations were denied the benefit of this act. It was agreed in August 1985 that this act will be extended to plantations. But even after that agreement in the Industrial Committee, in which the planters also were present and they also had subscribed to that agreement, such a long time had to elapse for bringing forward this amending legislation. Government has extended by notification the provisions of the Employees Provident Fund Act to factories and to tea gardens only recently, perhaps 2 or 3 months back. That could have been done immediately after that agreement was arrived at. In that matter also, such a long time was taken by government, and it was necessary to amend the existing Parent Act. At present, there may not be any question of road rail competition. There may not be any question of competition. There may be some competition over particular routes and in particular areas, but as a whole, there is no competition, but it may not be so forever. A day may come when one form of transport may undercut another form of transport. Now, if you run the road transport services by means of a corporation, you immediately avoid the prospect of such a cutthroat competition on any date in the future, and it is for this reason that the railways are willing to participate and share in the capital of these road transport corporations. They have already done so in all these corporations. Not only that, even when it was sought to run the road transport services by means of limited companies, there also the railways had participated in the capital. In fact, when the question arose as to how the railways should help by augmenting the capital of the UP transport undertaking, the railways were willing even then to participate, even though it was departmentally run undertaking, but legally it was not found possible. So, all the state governments have been advised that if they want more capital and if they want central assistance, the best thing for them to do would be to form a road transport corporation, and honorable members would have noticed that in the railway sector of the plan, a provision of rupees 10 crores has been made for participation by railways in the state road transport undertakings, which may be in the form of these corporations. So, that is the position with regard to these corporations. As I said in my opening speech, we were told that the Karnataka government is also willing to form a road transport corporation. It may be that other governments also may come forward to form such corporations. Here, I should like to say that it is not so much the form in which these undertakings are run that is to be considered important as the way in which the services are run. Here are two honorable members, one from the state of UP and another from the state of Kerala, telling us that the respective road transport services, which are managed departmentally in their two states, are run fairly efficiently. Mr. Deputy Chairman, while moving this resolution, I would like to request the House and the government and the Prime Minister in particular not to take this resolution as one moved by this or that party, but as reflecting the feelings of our countrymen, at least of a very considerable section of our countrymen. Those feelings are reflected, if I may mention, in the resolution that was moved by the All India Congress Committee itself, and to cite another example in the statements of an eminent statesman like Rajaji. In fact, he has launched a campaign for our withdrawal from the Commonwealth. Now, sir, the Prime Minister himself had said in the Lok Sabha that because of the Anglo-French attack on Egypt, this question had to be considered afresh. It is today not only a question of sentiment or moral attitude or of our past attitude towards any association with the Britishers, but it is something more than that, sir. If I borrow the phrase of the Prime Minister himself, we have to look at this question in a larger perspective, the perspective of war and peace, though these factors also count as very important in the consideration of this matter.